Well, hello again. Here we are in a brand new league season. So everything's been reset. Now, I did, I did get some time in yesterday for a little bit. Although I ran into some challenges simply because I could get caught where, like, say, I clicked on my robot and that took a while. Well, it was taking a lot longer. Like I would click on it and I would go and I'd pick up my phone and I'd surf the web. And I don't even begin to kid. And what I found is as long as I don't try to go into a match because then I get screwed up on the drop. But if I just keep clicking through things for a while and waiting and clicking and waiting, eventually Pixonic servers seem to start handling my connection more normally. I don't know what else to think about it because I don't do anything. I just decided this morning because uh, my task for the open data came up uh, that put me at just the right number so that if I made the purchase of the points, I scored. I got all the way to the end. Um, so now I'll probably get this later when I get closer to the end because there's no rush on this. But it would be nice to try a different pilot. I have two of the statuses. So uh, the one is, well, where did I put it? I don't really drop it very often. It's kind of incomplete because they're not MK because they're not MK3. And no, I got all the permanent effects in him. And oh, I still have some skill. That's right. He's incomplete in the skills too. That's for the other places. So that's actually where I was thinking of. He's mostly incomplete, not so much the weapons. So it wouldn't be so bad to try a different pilot in this guy. Um, see how it works because if I decide I like it, you can just swap the pilots around between the two of them. They're the same weapons. So, and then the other thing I got, and we'll have to see when and how I get to use it. Um, I haven't really been really. I don't know. I haven't really used this too much. It's so slow, and generally, I still find it better to with a lot of the stuff that I end up in, especially with the squads. I still find it better to go for speed of the Titan drop. And then then if I lose my Titan, dropping this guy is good because he's durable enough to deal with other Titans. In that regard, I think a little bit about putting Ignite and a Blaze. I only have one Blaze, so I can't do all of them. That sucks. But Blaze, I have three Ignites. If this were reversed, it'd be fine. But uh, to do the slowdown effect against this, specifically for Titans, I've had it used against my Nodens. Um, but if I'm not the only Nodens out on the field, then I don't know. You know, I have messed around with this scales drone and the slowdown effect with the blaze and with the ring of fire weapons. And you can bring somebody to a standstill. The question is how useful is that? In the case of this, if you're trying to hold up or lock down a tight, it can actually be kind of useful, right? But take that away, and if you have to go against other bots and stuff, it's not so useful anymore. Not so much. So I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really figured out what to do with that. Sometimes I wonder about whether or not I should make it a Tesla Amit and just slowly walk it to walk it to center or wherever, and sit there and charge up the Titan with it. But it seems like kind of a waste to do that. This guy here, he's just a placeholder. It's just because I didn't have anything else really to do with him, so I was like, okay, he's incomplete. These are just MK212s. It's okay. But I did do this. This is because I completed the Leo thing. Like I said before, I don't know if I will actually level this or not. I kind of debate leveling it because it is expensive, right? But the thing I think about, because I don't know, I don't have a specific pilot for it. The thing I consider with it is I don't really use the Phantom or the Heichi much. And in all honesty, I'm more likely to use the Heichi than the Phantom. So I think about bringing it up and replacing the Phantom because I've got the 3 Terrans. And the thing of it is I have another Redeemer too. So the other thing too, because I don't have 4 more Redeemers, I can't really swap it out for the Hussars, which wouldn't be a bad option either because you could get shield break on it. But you know, it could still be useful. Drop it on a beacon. Drop and hold a beacon with it as far as those go. I suppose at some point in time, if I were to I just if I were to do that, if I were to level those and stick those on here, then I could do a Hussar Dragoon Leo, which I think would wouldn't necessarily be so bad with a shield breaker on it, because they slow the rate of fire down on them, so that if I'm just using those on the other item, it's not bad, but it's not great, right? Swapping out one of the Hussars for a Dragoon would jack that up to a little more functional. So I think about that, as an option. But then you look at it and you say, oh, okay, well, that's it's a lot of silver in Doritos to get that up. I mean, as this was right now, in order to get this up, that was 1.7 billion silver and 12 Doritos. So in order to do 4 of those things, 4 weapons, you're really looking at about 2.4 billion silver and 16 Doritos. And so, I'm in no rush. I was a bit in this because I've been kind of waiting on it, and I don't really have anything else I'm really pushing for in this event. I haven't bothered to even level the hippos or the rhinos or the croc weapons that I have. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not overly interested in them for whatever reason. Maybe I will at some point, but not right now. And I don't really have much else to level, so I'm kind of like topping things off. And so at this point, I'll probably do this. And if I think of doing anything at all, uh, before I leveled the Leo, I would have to level all of those other weapons up. And so, I don't know. I don't know. Probably just gonna at this point spend some time, do a little bit of time farming. Uh, and of course, you know, because I highly recommend it every time. It's the easiest thing to do is to, I have 57 left. That's because I made a little over 15 thousand in the last uh, season, and so I was able to dump my. The actual dues are 7,500 for the for per month, but I do an even 10K. Put a little extra in, right? And so I'm good. And now if I do the same thing I did last time, right, I will be over 60K after my next month's dues and so on. And it won't be too long, 3-4 months, and I'll be back up to where I was when I was in EXO, which was a bit over 70K. So, let's see here. I get a little hesitant because it's been a little buggy coming and going. So, I kind of test these things a bit. I'm not exactly sure if I'm really thrilled with this on here or not as well, right? There's a part of me that on this because you get 5% when you hit your repair. You get 7% on that if you're running the unstable conduit, right? So then you get 10% more damage on that, right? So that's how I'm using it now. I'm using it like a damage buff. I'm trying to time it with damage, other than, of course, when you're running this guy trying to build a charge and you're just spamming it once you start engaging. But with like this guy here, I'm trying to do it press. Well, then if you think about it that way, what's more valuable? Imagine stacking that new pilot on here, and then every time you press that button, let's see here. Where's what I'm looking for? You got another 20%, right? So then you could have 20% from that, 10% from the unstable conduit, 7% from that. So you'd pick up 30% every time you press that button. And that's why I was like, oh, okay, now take that, right? And put it with this guy. So you get another 12% damage for those. Because when you go and you get the normal skill that's in here, you'll get 5% more. And, if you put this guy on and you press the button in that situation, you've got 42% more damage for 5 seconds, which it can hurt, So it's a thought. It's a thought. For right now, I'm still running it with this because I haven't leveled the other one up, and with my current expenditure on the putting together my camper bot. I'm not right now looking to dump anything more out there. I wonder. That freed up a couple more mediums. But I don't use those weapons anyways. I was thinking to myself, I freed up a couple mediums and a heavy boom, but I'm like, well, when I put them on, I don't use them. I'm more likely to use this, something that I have a little bit more direct fire with, right? And I don't know too with this if anymore because I haven't used this in a while that much, really. If the apodrone is still good for it, I mean, I get more in the air, right? And I get the cleanse and I get the shield when I land, which is, with all the booms and stuff, could be nice. But I don't know, because the other one too is you get to thinking sometimes, oh, do you go glass cannon, right? Do you get super glassy with it? And where's what I'm looking for? Thought I had one all leveled up and stuff. I do somewhere. Oh, he's probably on a bot somewhere. So I don't feel like looking for it. But that's this. Because this does 9% extra damage. And then you get well in flight, right? And I don't have an absorber. But then you get percentage durability at sub 500. So I don't know. Not quite certain. You know, it's all theory craft till you try to figure out how to play the rotten thing. And yeah, I never pay attention to this stuff. This is just to, what the heck? This is just to build workshop levels. I don't have any real, all I end up doing is selling it. You know, once upon a past, you had to do all the upgrades to get the cards, to get the fancy item, which is why they were so incomplete. Then they started doing these tasks, which are good. I really hope they have the task for the ultimate scatter and the ultimate whatever the larger one is. I forget the name of it off the top of my head right now. Havoc, scatter. I don't know. Starts with a D. Devastator, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, though, I hope they do that with those because I definitely want to pick those up. I don't know if I would put the two little ones on here and just leave the Devastator untouched for a while, or if I would, because I have another Havoc in the wings. If I would do just a full Sonic build, right? Ooh. Don't know. Let's see what we get for maps. I don't know about where you're at right now, but for me today, it's a warmer day. And a warm day where I am right now at this time of the year means snow. You know, because when it gets really, really cold, like when it gets below 0, you know, you don't really get that much snow. You don't really see snow very often. Oh, okay. God darn it, I just hate this map. Ah! And you know, it's a perception thing, right? Because you don't like something, it feels like you get it more often than you perhaps do, just because you're more attuned to the fact that you got it versus, you know, if you get one that you like, right? Well, then there's really not much to complain about because, well, you like it, and so, well, you can't get it enough, right? So then at that point, you are a bit prone to Yeesh. Alright. They're loving me, huh? Titan is charged. Waiting for my guys to kind of form down there. I guess they're waiting for me to do something, huh? Alright, well, so be... Uh-oh. Did I live? I lived! Ha ha ha! Don't really care what happens. My Titan's charged and I got the beacon. Right? Ha ha ha! Alright. Now what are my guys doing? Oh. Dying. Great. All I really have to do now is just hold ground. That's all. As long as they can hold ground, they'll be fine. Don't even really need to hardly push. Now, you could say, yeah, this is boring, but at the same time, though, too, you know, I do want to get wins. You know, that is the best way to get points. Which, you know, it's not just about my ranking at this point. You know, it's a new season, right? And for leagues, and with that, you know, our clan is on the cusp of the A ranking. We'd like to solidify our position and get a little further. Get a little further along. Oh yeah. Thought I saw an arrow go by. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably that darn little miner guy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, getting fatigue shotted. Alright, we'll go back all the way down. Question is, where is the little guy? Ah. There it is. You know, not the most exciting thing sometimes, but you know, if you've got a Nodens, you kinda owe it to your team to try to use it to get the win, right? Because not everybody has one, so if you've got one, and I like it. I like playing the role. I like being in a support role. I don't mind if I'm farther down on the list, but we win. You know. You know, I used to look at it when I was running a Leo, like I was sacrificing, right? Because I would invariably end up low, and then if the team I was on lost, I would lose points. Um, and if I was in a pickup group and I did that, I would lose points. Uh, but you know, I'll tell you what. it's a little different once you decide that when it's not a pickup group and it's your clan, and your clan actually has goals. You know, your clan leader has goals. People want to see things move ahead. You've got people who are interested in a group success, right? Um, and you notice I still don't have one of my Leela. Or I think I've only ever leveled one Leo. Um, I can sell those some point. Yeah, I only ever leveled one, and at this point I really don't consider it to be the essential for me. If I didn't have the Nodens, I would definitely have that forward for the team. But it's better for me to drop the Nodens, right? And then after my Nodens goes down, then drop something else. Or if I'm not able to get my Titan charge quickly, then drop something else. Um, I suppose in some cases, if it's just looking like a walk in the park, play around with something else. But for the most part, I don't mind kind of the repetition of playing certain things, because you want them to work like clockwork. You want to have your basics, your fundamentals down pat, and oops, hey bud. And there's a reason why there's so much repetition in anything that is even remotely close to physical. Oops, this is not a good guy to go in there with right now. So let's go over here. Send our beacon over here. Work on a charge. Sorry, bud. I try to turn away so that I don't end up... Oh wow, he's running really fast. He'd better have a Frederick, he does. Sometimes you never know, right? Sometimes you never know. What the heck's going on here? Yeah, you can't fight them back there like that. It's not gonna happen. Ooh, sorry, not much talking on that one. I found myself in a tight spot more than one occasion. I actually thought we lost that for a while. Holy, holy. You know, the thing of it is the best thing to do was those two guys that were trying to camp in the back, just leave them back there. Move on, go somewhere else. Draw them out. Don't let them play to their advantage. You know what I mean? But wow, that was a tight one. Holy, holy. Ah. Mm. Ah. Yeah, I'm wondering about how much I'm going to get to play coming up in a little bit because at work, uh, holy cow, uh, there's just too much stuff to do. There's just too much stuff to do. There's too many timelines. And in their infinite wisdom, they decided, for whatever reason, that I needed to be in more of a leadership role. I'm not. I've never been a leadership kind of guy. I've been a advisory and implementer, right? Um, not the kind of person to lead even a couple of other people, which is what they want me to do now. So I'm a little bit, I'm an introvert. So it takes a little bit for me to think about that and to consider what it. The problem with it is in order for them to get to the point where they want me to be taking some kind of leadership role, we're underwater. We're underwater. And that means I'm going to have a lot more work. And if I have to spend a lot more time working, that means I'm not going to have as much free time to putz around with this as I did before. I'll get my free time back eventually, but in the short term here, they have us rolling out AI agents, very basic ones, on the 12th and then by the end of the month or the first week of the following month, they want us to roll out something called Studio Lite, which is the ability to do customized agents. And then after that, the goal is to push to a small group of us, to the people that I'm working with, the full agent designer, studio, AI, whatever, and start actually doing some AI-based automation. I'm not a developer. I'm infrastructure. The two guys they put me with, they're both developers. I don't know anything about what they do. And I get why they stuck me where they did, but you know, I'm out of my depth at a certain level, and so I talked with my manager and stuff about this, and they're like, yeah, we know, and they're there to support me, and they have every confidence in me, but man, the thing about it is when you go through something like that where you start transitioning your role some, you know what ends up happening? First couple of years, you've got to establish yourself in that new role. You're putting in a lot more time. A lot more time. And I appreciate the opportunity, and I would never pass up on it because where they're putting me is in the new AI team, right? So they want me to a leadership position in the new AI team. And, you know, let's face it, with the way things are going, that is an opportunity that guy messed me up. Rotten little thing. Don't mind me, I'm just charging off you, dude. You don't have to die. You just have to let me get some good charges in, right? Yeah, that'll work. Alright. Is my team doing anything? How are 3 of them up there and I don't get it sometimes. Oh, hey, here's an opportunity to try this thing. I haven't tried this once yet, so if I die right away, don't be too harsh. I've never used this. $10 seconds, though. That is a long. You forget 800 is quite a range, isn't it? All right, well, let's get into a reload state. And what do we got going on here? Wow, I got way up there. How did I get so high? I'm not even smoking right now. All right. Yeah, I'm not used to doing flying things, so that's an experience for me. Yeah. We're screwed. Oh, he's taking too much damage. Oh, no team. No team is no team. I don't know what they're doing. Because look at them, they're all facing that guy. Good. Uh-oh. Does he have quantum radar? He must. Need beacons. Not gonna get beacons. You know, and there's the thing. All of them were just decided we're gonna just fight there. So it didn't matter what I did. And that's one thing you see happen fairly often with randos is they get stuck defending just a single point on the map, right? They get all focused on this one thing. All four of them were just around that one. Is what it is. At that point, all you can do is, you know, is try to get them to move past it by, you know, going and getting other beacons, and then hoping that what they'll do is, you know, because it's beacon rush, that they'll drop on one of these other beacons. But as you can see, that was not the case. So, you know, because sometimes, and you can play this, you can do this when you're doing beacon rush. You can give up a beacon, right? See, in domination, you really can't give up beacons because your home beacon is by where you spawn. And so in domination, if they start to overtake the beacons, you can't get back out there unless you run past them with something, right? So you can get trapped. But that's not the case in beacon rush. In this case, in beacon rush, there's a beacon one on the outside, there's the beacon I just picked up, and our home beacon, right? And when they started to collapse on the home beacon, each person that went down at that point should have went to one of the outside beacons. Let them gather and take that beacon and push from a different side, right? But instead what they did is they decided that they were going to kind of make a last stand on the home beacon. Because I went and picked up another beacon, and we had the other one. We had 3 beacons for a while. And when I got chased and went down, when I looked, they're all still around there, and there's not enough time on the clock. And it's like, okay, well, you know, I'll just try to get a little more extra damage. And you know, that's, you'd like to say that's just a problem with randos, but the reality of it is, you know, I've been in a lot of squads where I can watch people that think that they know what they're doing get caught in the same trap, right? And so no. It is very much a matter of kind of a heads up kind of a thing. All right, let's see what we got going here. Yeah, and if you ever are going to find yourself having to battle anybody or any groups of people that would be considered in the upper meta, well, at that point, you've got to be prepared for a particular type of fight, right? And that's essentially exactly what you're seeing me do. And so if you're avoiding that fight for whatever reason, then the assumption is that you're not working towards, you know, upper champs kind of play. Because you don't get to pick and choose. You don't get to say, I want to be an upper champs, but I don't want to do that. Okay, well, and you're not going to be an upper champs. Look, everybody's stealth, so okay, no heals for any of you. That's fine. Up to you. I don't. You gotta wonder about, you know. Okay, great. We got a bunch of guys sitting in the back. Well, hopefully they should do something other than sit in the back. I fell off the edge. Kind of hate the way this thing moves sometimes. What is this thing going for now? Oh, it's a new season. I forgot. Everything has to start over again. Alright, I guess I did this all pretty quickly. How far away am I from this? Oh, I've already got this. Never mind. I don't worry about that. I don't need another drone. Yeah, this is one I'll probably never ever see. You gotta play for hours and hours on end when you get to the last one, you know, and you gotta play for a lot of hours to get into the second to the last one, let alone into that one. You know, I keep trying to drop in. I keep sitting there for a minute and a half, not getting anything. Try it again, minute and a half, not get anything, and then I bail. Someday. Holy cow. All right. You know what I was saying about work? The thing about it is okay, sure, I can potentially be seeing myself have to really put in some extra time going forward, right? I can see in this next week I'm going to need to put some time in. Heck, I'm going to be connecting in tonight to do some work. But you know, I have to look at it this way too. This is an opportunity that really, right now, with AI and where AI things are going, I can't pass up on it. Really, I just legitimately cannot pass up on it in terms of you know, my career. Get the hell out of the way, you freaking moron! We could have got to this before it turned ridge. You, jeez. Just get out of the way. Practicing up for the ultimate, are ya? Where'd he go? Totally lost sight of him. Did not recycle fast enough. What the heck was that? Was it just me, or did that guy suddenly like go super fast? Like, you know, I've never seen that fast, kind of fast. Well, these guys are just walking through everything, aren't they? Ah, nice for a change. I will say this. The one thing I do really appreciate about having played the Node in some is that you really get used to looking at the broader game, because you start really looking at your other players, where they are, what their health is. You start taking in the battle in a different way than if your agenda is something else. Oh well, this didn't help them at all, dude. Now I'm gonna hold off. I've had some issues, and I know some other people have had some issues lately. Um, you, however, were in the fight, and you were slacking. 0, 0, 0. I don't know what you were doing. I guess I can't say you were entirely inactive, but you didn't do much either. um, where are we at, anyways? Now, 5,200. Yeah, I mean, how far into it are we now? We're just like, I never ever see anything in here. I always see that thing light up. I never see anything in it. Oh, reset in 7 hours. Oh, okay. Just for as far as these goes, because I was gonna say I've already been reset. So, what's the legend lead? What are these people up to in just a couple of days? Huh? Oh, well, okay. Interesting. I'm not too worried about the Legend League thing. It's really, at this point when you look around at the player base and you see the people who are consistently over 6K, even some people who aren't. There's some good players that just don't play that much. They just don't. Um, I'll get some more time in with this thing eventually. To me, this and these are very situational things, right? Um, this is all very situational to me. Uh, this is my foundational stuff right here. It really is. And Well, it may seem repetitious and boring. I've noted this before. If you go back and you look at my hangers in the past, um, and you watch what I did in most of them, you see two of these. You notice I got two of these. Um, I have two of these. Up until I brought this guy into being, I had two Ravanas here. I had yeah. I I I I'm a meta player. I am not a I'm not an ultimate player, and did I just see a message literally pop by my screen on my new laptop that says I've been charged for too long? How is that possible? You want your lithium batteries to be constantly charged. Okay, fine. I'll just, plug the cable for a little bit. On battery, on whisper mode. Okay. Great, the screen dimmed. Man, I just don't get sometimes, the settings on these new laptops at all. I can't wait to switch this one out, right? And what I'm waiting for that new Steam Cube thing, because I'm going to get that, get a keyboard, because this is an old laptop here, an old Asus. What is it? TOF, TDF? I don't know. Tough TUF gaming, something like that. Anyways, what I'm going to get is I'm going to get that Steam box thingy, which will be infinitely better than this, because this thing right here, I cannot do this. And once I get to that Steam box, I'll get an actual monitor, and then I'll move to this, which then if we were to look at my other laptop, the new one I just bought, and we look at my capture utility for my external capture on it, right now it's registering at 1080p 60, which is fine. This is what we're at, 1080p and 60. But I am perfectly capable of doing 1440 at 144. Not an option here, but we can get ourselves up to the 1440. And so hopefully Steam will release that around the end of the quarter, and then I can update my graphics another notch. And then I don't know how much matters to you guys, but you'll see it then too. I think it'll look better because whenever I look at my recordings and I see them on YouTube, I can tell it's less graphics than what I see some other people running, and so I feel behind the times. But I could get another laptop right now, but I don't want another laptop. I want that Steam thing because almost everything I play is on Steam, and I want to be able to move to a full-size monitor for that instead of just this little laptop screen. Because I'm getting old, right? And my eyes are like getting old, right? So you kind of got to take these things into account. Let's do one more last battle. Probably be a loser, but I kid. I don't mean to sound pessimistic, but I won the last two, didn't I? So it's all a matter of odds. Oh, isn't that special? Oh, and I'm emped. That's never good. Wow, that lasted a long time, didn't it? All right. Hey, buddy. Oop, didn't get refreshed in time. That's alright. Yeah, my team's not really very helpful right now, are they? They can't really seem to get out of the backfield. Alright, well, game over. They can't get out of there, they're gonna lose. You know, because... Yeah. You ever feel like you have to do everything? What are you guys doing? Oh, hiding, that's right. Forget, that's what certain people like to do. Bye-bye. Come on, guys, get out of the back. Oh, it's junk mail. He loves me. Not true. I think he hates me. I have another video where he was on the opposing team and he lost. I have a video where he was on my team and he came in second, so. I don't think he likes me. Tail of the tape, even though I whined about my guys. His guys were worse. Ah, is what it is. Hey, let's see what he's rocking right now. We know he's got the Nodens. Is he still using the Touloumes? He probably, yeah, I don't know. The rate of fire on these is too slow for me. I'm kind of surprised he still has that thing up. He probably doesn't really use it. This I guarantee he is a main course meal for him. What's he got here? Two of these? No. Those are just for dropping on beacons against Titans. Situational. Okay, here's a bread and butter. What's his camper? This is what I ran for a long time. I got like, I forget, was it 21 or 22 kills with this build at one point? But that was before they nerfed the rate of fire. And the rate of fire on this was much, much better. Alright. Okay. That's another primary one for him. Former primary. This is still very good. Very good. Not very good. I know. I have one. Top of the line. Good. Good. Eh. 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 Good. Eh. Was good. Lost a half a step with the Aopo drone change. Premium. I don't know. It's not my thing. I know they're good, but I don't know. They take a while to get kind of warmed up, and they're going to be nerfed. So, eh. Ultimate Sword. Yeah, that's still top of the line. Yeah. Yeah. So. Definitely is top of the line. Top of the line. Eh. Eh. Interesting mix of things. Interesting mix of things. I guarantee it's this, the Ultimate Minos, Blaze Rex, Ultimate Sword, Ultimate Lancelot, Princeps, Amit, Blaze Hestatus, Scorpion, Neon, and Teth. Those are his primaries, I guarantee it. They're the best ones he's got. Well, on that note, I am going to wander because I think after that, if I go another one, I will get that inevitable loss. I'm going to consider that a very fortunate win considering who was on the other side. Because let's face it, junk mail tends to kick ass. So, and yeah, I'm pretty much 100 points up from where I was when we started. Got myself a 70% win rate. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Feeling good. I don't know if anybody knows the movie. It's an older movie, but in it there were a couple of characters who want to go. They'd say each other's name in it. I won't say their names because I don't want to give it away. But feeling good, looking good. 80s film. 80s. Maybe it was 90s. But early 90s, late 80s, somewhere in there. The good old days. I don't know about that, but you know, Uh, you have to look fondly back upon the time from your youth, right? And I do. I do. All right, people. I think, even though it's snowing out there and some people might not like it, I think it's absolutely beautiful and I like it. And I think I'm going to relax a little, get myself something to eat, feed some of the critters out there, toss some stuff out for the birds and the squirrels, and see if the goosies, the Canadian geese, have stopped by. And maybe I'll come back at this a little later. I will have to go through here, and I will have to, add my little logo in there, and then I'll put it out there. So hopefully I'll get this out in a few hours, just to share. I'd like to try to do more of these, but I have really been buried at work, and like I said, considering the nature of things in businesses and corporations and the nature of AI, to be on, there's essentially two groups. There's the AI team, the AI automation team, and there's AI governance, right? And AI governance is mostly decision makers. But to be on the AI automation team, I mean, and the two guys I'm with, the two dev guys I'm with, everybody we've talked about, everybody's like, yeah, this is an opportunity you just can't pass up in this day and age with the way things are going with it. You know what? There isn't like a half a dozen AI teams. There's one AI team, and to be on that team right now, I think we all know what that means. It's a very good place to be when we look at what's being rolled out with it. So. I'm going to try my best to get out there a little bit more and to maybe do a little bit more chatty chat. I don't know, and try to get some more matches in. Um, that's right. I have to call. I'm going to be late for a haircut. Ah, I just realized it was scheduled for 11, and it's 10:40. I have no chance of getting there. All right, all right. Time for me to go. Uh, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you and yours are all doing well. And just remember, it's tough out there. So take care of yourselves.